down character. Hey, you know, we're gonna see if Tande plays a little bit more aggressive.
You can rush down with him. That doesn't mean you always do. That's the thing.
You're running down the mind. But
we take everything back.
We take everything back. We take everything back.
We got the other MKLeo in the house right here. We got the Byleth versus the Snake. Snake's always also one of the characters that we have a lot of in the Nordics and Finland especially. We got Gani, we got KP. In this invitational especially, there's a lot of them.
And you've got PK, I believe.
And PK,
I believe, is quote-unquote retired.
Yeah. There's a lot of, and Mo recently retired. I'll give a little bit of a shout out to him. We got, okay, but it's a pretty even start here though. Really, oh wow.
A lot of air dodges coming out from the side of Tande.
It's a strange scramble situations where they're kind of missing a lot of their punishes, which is understandable. Crossing up in strange ways. Snake kind of is like that sometimes.
Yeah,
you get messed
especially
up
with that dash attack.
Yeah. He wants to be up close. He has great burst options. It can be a little bit tricky to like actually get to punish him because his frame data is pretty darn good for a character like he is.
We're going to find out. Forced up into the air, tries to get the grapple. I imagine that's going to be an interaction we see quite a lot of today as forced out into the stage. Byleth obviously able to kill very early, but you know what? Snake can kill himself even earlier. Anything you can do, I can do better, Varali.
Okay, we got the Nikita on deck. A great
the old solid Snake wiggly woo. That's a famous technique, I do believe, as he's forced out of the death. On the off-stage Nikita.
Anything you can do, he can do better with another SD on deck. Ah! I thought it was dead. Sorry.
That was very, very scary.
I would be panicking if I was Dragon right there, but...
And you know what? I can see why you'd panic, because you're right. These are just proper scramble situations.
Yeah.
These are fist fights. These are meet me outside the kioski and we'll have it out, man.
The S-Mart or the K-Mart, you can decide.
You get your pick, You choose, pick and ban having a street fight outside the venue. Yeah, meet me at the McDonald's or the Heesburger as we make our way out. Gonna try and find a way in. Tande going for those nairs, but just trying to cover a dash, I do believe.
Yeah, good up tilt covering that, seeing that the grenade will cover the other options, so just being ready. And the thing is, like, if you have the instinct that, oh, he's gonna roll, then he probably has the instinct that, oh, I'm gonna roll. We have very shared instincts as humans, like, that's just how it is. And just following up on that, really solid by Tande, but...
That platform coming in clutch for the recovery, by the way. This back end doing a lot of work.
Not that time, though. That time the platform was a little bit of a betrayer. Can never trust the platform, right? They give some, they take some, and right now they definitely took some more than they gave.
Exactly. Nikita not going to come through this time around. Little bit of a fade back right there to avoid the up tilt. That would have been curtains. But Tande now pretty comfortably in the lead. This Byleth pick working out pretty well.
The up tilt definitely hitting where Tande was and not behind. But either way, I think the Nikita is interesting in this matchup. We have to see it again. The edge guarding is a very good edge guard tool, don't get me wrong. But against Byleth specifically, it's not as good as normally. That tether is just tethers in general. They get around that pretty well, but he doesn't need it. Or he wouldn't needed it.
Exactly. Great up air coming through. I think Tande's aerial game has actually been very, very good. Obviously, it's a very, Snake very stereotypically wants to recover very high, and Byleth having some fantastic tools to deal with that. We did see the tether go wide. I can't imagine it's something very consistent, but it's always something you have to keep in the back of your mind. Obviously, you got the nair, got the up air as well. And that's not even to mention the specials you can pull off in the air as well. Tande, a great job picking up this Byleth. I think it was very wise.
Yeah. Byleth definitely doing well here, and I can imagine that having those disjoints is definitely more comfortable against a character like Snake that likes to have those explosions out all the time. It gets easier to just get in when you can keep yourself at that mid-range that Byleth is so strong in, while Joker is more like, either he can like send his projectiles or he can be up close, but either way it's scarier than being at the mid-range.
Let's find out. Going to see what Dragon does to adapt this time around. Got a couple of platforms to play with. That's the Nikita in neutral coming on out. Just trying to build a wall to stop Tande making his way in. Obviously, well, if you take away that nair, not the greatest boxing tools, obviously wants to play quite spaced, and that gives Snake a little bit of wiggle room. We're going to see if he can do it.
Did you catch that little piece of adaptation there earlier where Tande was playing at his mid-range like he did all the time, just sending out his forward air, and Dragon was crouching, going under the forward air, and then immediately going in and getting a punish. That's exactly what he has to do, because Byleth doesn't hit very low. So very good adaptation to notice from Dragon, and you know, solid, getting a good lead in the beginning here at least.
Yeah, some great stuff. The spot dodge being caught by the Nair, but what a fantastic turnaround up tilt. Beautiful stuff.
That's just a neural activation type move where like, oh, he's here, up tilt. Like he just, there's a spark in the Snake Man's brain.
Synapse fires off the second that it goes through.
There are a lot of moves like that, and Snake's up tilt definitely one of the stronger ones, killing so early as well. It's very, very good.
Yeah, haven't been able to see the C4 do a lot of work in this matchup, but that's all right, because just having C4 active puts out pressure. You don't actually have to put any effort. Well, maybe that's a bit cruel to say. You don't really have to put much effort into using C4, because it is always, it's always something the opponent has to watch out for. So just having it down creates pressure and creates space, which against someone like Snake, with someone with their approach options, such as Byleth, it's a very, very useful tool to have.
No, but you're completely right. It's you put it out and it just kind of does its job, but your job as a Snake Man is being aware of what job it does and playing accordingly to help that pressure just improve your game plan, right? You have to know that that pressure is there, and you have to know that that makes your opponent less likely to go into that area.
Exactly. Go C4, hold down the neutral as he is forced down, taken out. Byleth looking a lot more unhealthy this time around, but still definitely doable. If there's anyone who can rack up passive damage.
For sure, we might get our first game 3 of the day, but the up tilt really taking it right there. Again, the synapse firing, telling him, oh, now, go. Foot.
Now, as he's forced up into the air, an up tilt coming through. Great grab into the back air. Fantastic work. And that's 69 right off the bat. Buy me dinner first as the bomb comes out. Gonna see if they can make his way down. Footstool into his own grenade. But
that's actually really good.
It's pretty cool, right?
Yeah. But, I mean, we got a little bit of a comeback building, but you have to close this stock, right? And you can't run into stuff like that. You can't get too eager to close this out. You have to be patient. You have to keep playing the way you did, not go, I need to kill him now. Which is difficult. Don't get me wrong.
Very difficult right now. Ooh, not going for the high recovery instead, just retreating to the platform. Got a nice bit of C4. C4 very interesting in how you use it to land, and I guess it's good to use it this way against Byleth because they can kind of chase you with that disjointed up air. C4 always useful to keep on your person because you can drop it and then air dodge back down to the stage to cover someone coming from below, which could work against Byleth, but obviously Dragon making this work with just stage control alone.
Oh wow, really well timed, knowing the exact timing you have to do, but again, knowing the exact timing you have to do to press up on the C-stick.
Yeah.
Kind of difficult.
It's pretty nuts. Also, I gotta give credit to Dragon's little turnarounds, all right? Those shield drop just flips. It's, you know, like playing like a Shoto, you know? Fantastic work with the up tilt, taking so many stocks.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, yeah, you can say that, oh, up tilt is so broken. And it is a very, very good move, but you also have to position yourself correctly to be able to use it, to be able to actually be in that area. That, yes, it's quite huge, that area, but you still have to be there at the right time. And it's not as easy as it sounds. You can try to play Snake. It's not that easy.
It's not. It's not indeed. Now, Dragon making that second game look a lot more decisive than the first. First one was fairly close in any degree, but that one, Tande's going to have to adapt pretty well. Going to stick with the Byleth, I do believe. There we are.
I definitely agree with that decision of sticking with the Byleth. You did pretty well, just a few adaptations necessary, and you're definitely back in the way that you were in game 1.
Yeah, and one of those adaptations is stage, right? You know, we brought those platforms in, didn't go too well for Tande, and now we're on Kalos. We've basically taken them away, but given them a bit more room to play with on those sides. As you can see already, the neutral B coming out, able to poke out Snake a little bit.
I was gonna say, I really like that neutral B when he's pulling grenades, because he is in a lot of... That animation takes a while when he pulls a grenade. And he can shield, but if he does, then what's a big deal, right? He just shielded your arrow, he can punish when you're an entire stage away.
Oh, great tech. Gonna make it back. Not able to retreat to the platform. Dragon doing a great job of covering one of those options. Forced up high. Can we get the up air? Nope, not quite this time. But it's gonna come through.
Oh.
Woo! Joy-Con drift DI, baby. Get us in there. As forced up, Dragon shaking that one off, ready to bring it back.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but it happens. Sometimes you just get caught off guard, and people forget how early you have to DI to get it properly. And sometimes you don't expect to be hit, and you're just like, whoa, the up tilt! Good DI and steal kills, by the way, on Kalos. Kind of crazy. Oh, that should be it. Hammer to the head. That should hurt, both mentally and physically for Snake. And, you know, Dragon has a mountain to climb here, but maybe he is a mountain climber. We'll see, I guess.
Yeah, let's find out. Let's find out. As Tande with a very healthy lead, but if there's anyone who can nickel and dime his way to victory, it is, of course, Snake right there. I love the crouch walks from Dragon. They're so cool.
Yeah, and it is so good against characters like Byleth, who like hits slightly above. It's so difficult to space that correctly all the time for Tande.
It's the C4 in the center of the stage. Just going to stifle those approaches a little bit into his own grenade. Tried to go for a little conversion there.
I like the idea.
Yeah, Nikita coming out. There's the grab. Fantastic stuff. Are we going to get an up tilt? Not quite the percentage we're looking for.
Ooh. The up tilt, not quite getting it. He needs this kill very soon. But then again, Snake builds damage so quick that he could be at 100% and still get that percentage so quickly on the next stock. Like, Nair into dash attack does like 40, so like it's always doable if you're Snake.
I love the patience from Tande. Didn't quite work out though.
He tried to read the roll right there, but
there we go. C4 finally awakening.
A little reminder right there. You forgot about him, but here he is, just to let you know that I have bombs placed everywhere. This is a war field right here. This is a battlefield, and you gotta... Or no, it's not battlefield, it's Kalos. Oh! He died? No, he does not.
Almost. Killing Snake. Damn, unfortunate. Not happy with that one.
Really unfortunate for sure. You don't want the set to end that way, but good stuff from Tande. Definitely had control in that set, or in that last game at least. Very solid.
Fantastic. Very solid, some would say. As 2-1 over to the side of Tande. That Byleth coming in very clutch. Obviously, I don't know the history myself. I don't know the chronicle of Tande, but I'm not sure how recently they might have dropped that Joker.